Welcome everyone to day 5 of the Advent of Logos 2024. Hello world, I am Ivana and today I'm so excited to show you the brief for day 5, which is about a board game. The board game is called Timelines Unraveled. Timelines Unraveled is an engaging and strategic board game centered on the exciting concept of time travel. Players take on the role of daring time agents tasked with repairing disruptions across different eras. The name Timelines Unraveled captures the chaotic and thrilling nature of the game. It was inspired by the concept of time as a fragile thread, easily tangled or broken when meddled with. This sounds so exciting. Can't you agree? Like a board game like this is definitely something I would buy. But also, again, this is something that I've never worked on before, so it will be interesting to see what I can come up with. The ideal player is a fan of complex board games like Pandemic, Catan, or Terraforming Mars. They enjoy games that challenge their problem-solving skills and spark their imagination. This player loves the idea of traveling through time, exploring what-if scenarios, and facing unpredictable twists. They value games with beautiful components, immersive storytelling, and innovative mechanics. I haven't really played any of these games. We own a pandemic-style game that's called Reign of Cthulhu, and the style of it is very scary and dark and slimy is what I'm gonna call it. We also have a fantasy game called Andor, and that one looks exactly like a fantasy game, I guess, like a D&D but like board game. And it will be interesting to see how this Timelines Unraveled will look like, because it mentions so many things that could include all different eras, and it could look old-timey but at the same time futuristic, or I guess it could steampunky. I still haven't decided yet. I am looking at other board games to find inspiration, because in this case it will be really difficult for me to make a logo that I'm usually used to make, which is technology company mostly logos that are very simple, that are only 2 lines or something like this, or a circle. In this case, I feel like a more illustrative logo, or even only typography logo, but in a certain style would be more appropriate, because this is what will catch the eye of the perfect player client that would want to buy the game. Why would they want to buy the game? Probably the visuals will catch their eye first, and then they will read what the game is about. So the visuals could also maybe hint at what the game is about, as in timelines and threads is what I'm thinking. I'm interested to see how this turns out in the end, so I will let you know later.
Tomorrow.
All right, everyone, it's actually the next day and there is direct sunlight coming into my eyes. I hope you'll be able to see me. I do not need to look at the camera now. I just wanted to say how difficult this task was. This is why it probably took me more time than expected. Obviously, I didn't expect to have to work on it for 2 days, but it is what it is. Started looking at different fonts and different placements of the words. I think one on top of the other works best in this case, because they're both pretty long. The first idea I had was to have some of the letters being with unraveled threads, and then there are also these lines between the words that were supposed to be the timelines, and they are unraveling over here in the edges. But I don't know, I didn't really like how that turned out. Maybe I didn't make it very nice. But the next one was to have some of the letters be one, or merge into each other. and then one unraveling here, which also didn't make sense. It's also a very unbalanced composition over here. I wanted the D to sort of go into the S, and they would look like an unraveling of this line over here. Didn't look really nice, even though this font, I've used it in day one for the jewelry brand. I like it very much, and I like it for this particular case, but it didn't look right, and I wanted to see maybe some thinner fonts, and also more condensed, and also some serif fonts, just to see what can we do with those. This idea came from the brief, because it said that the game will be modular, and so I was thinking it will have these modules, and in each of these there will be a timeline. And I still really like this, but I think it's a bit dull for this, but it could work. I think this could work very well. It really depends on the visuals of the game that we want in the future, of course. Me and my team, that we will make the game. I'm kidding. And so what I decided in the end, I really liked this one font, serif font, it has a lot of ligatures that make it like the letters are intertwined together. And so I was thinking they are, because they're intertwined together, they are unraveling at the edges. I think this sort of worked more with my idea of unraveling the letters, because they are, intertwining together in between them. I put timelines very close together to the unraveled letters so that they could become one again. And I only intertwined S and D because they were fighting with each other at the end here. The S received a thread that's unraveling, and the U received a thread that's unraveling. I sort of had these ideas maybe of a smaller logo with the U and threads unraveling, but I didn't like how they turned out. And so for the actual finished logo, I decided to put some text effect on it, and I really liked one effect from FreePick. I think I got it, and I customized it just a tiny bit to fit my idea of how this would look like. And so this is the sort of finished product. I don't know if you can see, there is some texture in them, there is a bas relief effect, there is a gradient, there are a lot of things, which means that, yeah, maybe if such a game is to be released, there needs to be at least one simpler version of this, because this becomes a little bit cluttered if it needs to be printed on smaller sizes, for example. I think for a box, this could work because it will be big enough on top of the box. But in some cases, maybe we could think of something small like this, just a tiny bit of a unraveled logo. So yeah, I hope you liked this very difficult for me logo design, but I think in the end it turned out better than I expected. I just had a really hard time coming up with an idea of what the logo will represent. Also, it would have been difficult if I had to write my own typography, because I don't have enough time for that. But I think this will be the best choice to maybe customize your own typography, create your own font for the case of game. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen the previous videos, they are in a playlist on my channel. Leave a chess piece emoji in the comments if you've come this far, so that I know that you've watched the whole video. Please like and subscribe if you like this type of content, and I will see you for day 6, which I need to film now. So yeah, bye!